To better understand how trauma affects us as adults, we can really look at how it initiates in us when it's being created as children. It creates trauma bonding at an early age to help deal with protecting the brain's fragile neural network. The neuroplasticity of the brain is mostly cholesterol, which comes into play when we're older and we start removing cholesterol from our diet because of all the poor nutrition that is in the standard American diet. It's not good for us. We need to have actually a lot of protein, a lot of fats, and a lot of cholesterol. Your brain's mostly cholesterol. Why are you removing it? And it's only done because it's covering up the mass amounts of damage that the normal food that's in our population right now is doing to our bodies. The preservatives and the enriched foods take decades to kill you. So they look at the closest denominator and what is elevated and what is distraught. So that's why we have a really big problem now with a lot of illnesses, and it's coming from our food. And when we don't have proper food and proper diet and proper digestion, it plays a huge part in the ability to heal each other. We can't go through a proper healing process when we're not getting the right nutrition, so we can't recover quickly, and we can't have the brain be programmed correctly when we're always consuming and not going through our normal fasting. And fasting is where the neuroplasticity and the mitochondria all get repaired and redone, and it takes a minimum of 3 days, 5 days. You'll see a lot of work being done in your neural network. And when you reprogram, you actually take your pain and suffering and you turn it into a blessing, something that was a good result instead of it being a trauma result. And how children do their trauma bonding, you'll see the closeness where it can reprogram the lack of love that they get with almost no love. And then they'll search for it later on in life, like love in like the worst possible scenarios. But that just is where it needs to be reprogrammed later on in life. And this is very easily done. I've done it because that's exactly what I went through as a child and as an adult. And the neural networks are great. I mean, all you do is a bunch of fasting, and it's really difficult to do the proper eating, especially in America. That's why I love living overseas so much. It's just healthier over there. I want everybody to understand that this neuroplasticity is totally able to be reprogrammed, and you're not going to have to be depressed or suffer from anxiety and have PTSD your whole life. We're on the precipice of really erasing it for everyone, and that's what I'm here to give my side of the story on how I did it and why the medical industry is not really looking for a solution. They just want a band-aid. Can't really make money off those solutions. But I would like to do my part into fighting that as much as possible, and to let everybody know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it all comes with just learning how to reprogram all those negative instances in your life with positive ones. Removing all the negative out of your life, focus on the new, spending more time outside, and just letting nature take its course. You will find so much relief from animals and from trees and nature than you will if you're in a city. So that's the first thing you need to do, is move out of a big city, move away from all that is recognizable and common to you, and just focus on you. Self-love, that's what you gotta start. And forgiveness is the next part. And then once you forgive yourself and everybody else, you go through reprogramming it. Reprogramming it that you did the best you could and they did the best they could. And it doesn't matter if it's a family member or your parents or an enemy. It's just, you gotta forgive it. Them and you. And then you can start to adapt those new changes in your everyday life. You do affirmations, which are beautiful. And then you'll start working your way off of all your medicines because you won't need them any longer. I was on 22 different types of drugs. Some drugs just to mask the symptoms of other drugs. And then I would be on just drinking or illegal drugs just to mask the pain and suffering that I had from just living. So I recognize the pain is there for everyone. The desire to delete yourself is really there, but we don't have to. We don't have to do any of that at all. And I just want everybody to know that there is light at the end of that tunnel. Take care.